motorbikes, an assault course, jet skis, argos and desert stars, and 24 competitors all lined up for round 2 of Superchamps 94. In a brand new series of Superchamps! Yay! We're at the Foss Hill Jet Ski Centre in North Yorkshire, and it's action all the way as we start the search for the Superchamps of 94. Now, if you were with us last week, you'll know we've got some great new faces on the show. First of all, a very good friend of mine, Matty Davies! Hi, Matty!
You know, an American friend of mine would say, today I feel like a fat pig rolling in hot mud. But the mud's not too hot either, I tell you what.
He's taken leave of his senses. Are you roving today, Matty?
I am. Once again, I'm going to go behind the scenes, but this time talk to a few of the competitors to find out how they got on Superchamps 94.
Will you do us all one big favour?
What's that then?
Please don't roll in the mud.
Oh, please. I'll see you later on.
Bye, Matty. Now, safety is the most important aspect of any major outdoor sporting event, and Superchamps is no exception. We've got a great safety crew here, led by 2 gladiators, Panther and Hunter. Yay! Panther, a real variety of equipment today. How are our Superchamps faring up where the safety is concerned?
They're doing really well. They're very conscientious about safety. They make sure that they've got the helmets on and their pads and what have you, because they know they want to have fun, they want to enjoy themselves, but safety comes first. So we're there to enforce that rule on them.
Great news. Hunter, tell us about the safety team.
Well, we've got a team of people who are looking at the engines of the motorbikes and the jet skis, making sure they're all running safely. Panther and I are looking at the kids, making sure they've got all the equipment they need. We've also got St John's ambulance standing by, just in case any injuries do occur.
Great. So we're ready. Hope you're set too. Let's get on with the action. So we're ready for the first race, and it's a hovercraft race from a standing start. Our competitors have to do 2 laps of the course. Going for the Tigers, then it's Marie Ridley. Marie, where are you from?
Cramlington near Newcastle. I go to Cramlington High School.
Brothers, sisters?
I've got 2 older sisters.
So they'll be gunning for you today?
Yeah.
On course then for the Sharks, it's Amy Pugh. Amy, where are you from?
Castleford, and I go to Castleford High School.
Have you got any brothers or sisters?
I've got 1 sister and she'll be looking out for me.
Next on the list then for the Wasps, it's Tara Sutherland. Tara, how old are you?
13.
You look the biggest of the 3 here. Whereabouts do you come from?
Chesterfield, and I go to St Mary's High School.
Have you got any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I've got 2 brothers who give me a hard time.
Well, we've got 1 fella in the team today. Now, Matthew, you're going to be given a really hard time. What about Tara? Because you're the only man in this race. Are you going to be able to beat these lasses?
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Cleveland and I go to Ian Ramsey School.
Have you got any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I've got 1 brother and 1 sister and they'll be watching.
Right. Well, it's on with the Super Hovers then. Valuable team points at stake here.
Yes, all these 4 are good at riding either jet skis or carts, motorbikes, but none of them would have had anything like this. 42 horsepower, 45 mile an hour. Each of them can carry 2 people, but only 1 there. So just the 1 boy, Matthew Waller, making a reasonable start for the Eagles. And for the Tigers, Marie Ridley there. But it looks like Amy Pugh going into the lead. Amy Pugh it is who leads for the Sharks, the 12-year-old from Castleford High School. Terrific for her. Now the key to driving a hovercraft is a combination of weight and balance. You apply your weight either way in the right proportions and you can get considerable speed. You get it wrong and you slow right down. Also, of course, you've got to watch out for the effect of the wind. Matthew Waller has got a very healthy lead now. He's extending it second by second. And there's a real problem there with the Wasps and the Sharks. Amy Pugh and Tara Sutherland locked together. With 1 skirt caught under the other, they're going to try and separate them, the safety people who are racing in there. It doesn't look like they're able to do much. Meanwhile, Matthew Waller drifting a little wide. He's got that very wrong. And he very nearly hits the bank, but he's all right. just. I think breathing a sigh of relief. Still problems for Amy and Tara. Look at the effort that Marie Ridley is putting in to get this going. But Matthew Waller, no problem at all, and poor Amy and Tara, it's so disappointing for them. They're counterbalancing each other and can't get any momentum at all. Meanwhile, Matthew storming home and lapping there Marie Ridley for the Tigers. So a very comfortable win. And just apart from that one little problem with the bank, he negotiated safely. Matthew Waller, trouble-free ride. Marie Ridley's going to be second for the Tigers, and these two will come in joint third. There's nothing that can be done. Then you see the skirt caught right under. Amy Pugh and Tara Sutherland will be joint third.
Amy, Tara, what happened there? I mean, you're locked together halfway through. Are they easy to manoeuvre, those Hovercraft?
No, they're quite hard.
So tell me what happened then.
Well, she just came round the corner when I was turning and rammed into me.
What? No, come on, Tara, that's a bit foul play, isn't it? Could you not help it?
No, just as soon as we went round the corner, it was just out of control.
She's driven, never mind, commiserations.
We start event number 2 on dry land for Thrash and Splash, which does seem to indicate the competitors are going to get wet at the end of it. The 80cc motorcycles set off, do 3 laps of the course, pull into the changeover bays, the runners take over. They go down to the water's edge and hand straight onto the jet skiers, who incidentally have to carry passengers on their laps of the course.
So we start with these motocross bikes. For the Tigers, nearest camera, Alan Cooper. Then for the Sharks, James Noble. For the Eagles, Barry Turnbull. And for the Wasps, the far side, David Johnson. The lights go from red to green. And it's the Tigers who take the lead. The Tigers with Alan Cooper just in front of Barry Turnbull. James Noble for the Sharks this side, but it's just Alan Cooper. James Noble moves into second place for the Sharks. Just under 3 laps of the track they'll do. And James Noble moves right the way through, so he's come from third through to first. Tremendous stuff here from James Noble for the Sharks. James, who's 12 years old, been racing for 3.5 years and looking like a veteran here. Broken a few bones in his time, but now looking a consummate performer. He's from Whitby in Yorkshire, goes to Tillinghall School. And doing really well for the Sharks here from the Yorkshire region. In second place from the Tyne Tees region. And the Eagles, we've got Barry Turnbull. And Barry moving away from Alan Cooper in third place. There's Alan Cooper together with David Johnson at the back. But it's James Noble first. Barry Turnbull, the 12-year-old from Wellfield Comprehensive in Hartlepool. He's in second place and closing the gap. It's a really good race here. Remember, we've got the run and the jet ski to follow, and it's going to be very close between these two. Extending their gap now. But it's Noble first. Turnbull second as they move towards the changeover point now. And away goes the runner for the Sharks. It's Lee Stevenson, followed by John Huscroft. Be about a 10-15 metre swim at the end there. But John, running those extra few metres, has gained a good advantage. And there's Mark Foster in third place for the Tigers. The Sharks trying to get away. Jamie Moss, the driver there, but a little slow, just can't get it going. And he's been overtaken by Simon Gray for the Eagles and Gareth Plant for the Tigers. So it's the Eagles in front, the Tigers second, and the Sharks have moved from first to third, and the Wasps are having all sorts of problems. There we have Simon Gray, the pilot, Fraser Sheeder, his passenger. And the passenger has an important job shifting weight one side to the other. And it's a very different race, I'm afraid, for Michael Garland for the Wasps. You can see he won the race last week and had a terrific time. But No joy at all here. He's back in last place and really struggling. Now there's been a real change, and the Tigers have come from third and taken the inside line through that last boy, and Gareth Plant leads. So the Tigers are in front, the Sharks are in second place, the Eagles are third. A big change round. And this is desperately disappointing for the Eagles and the Sharks, who look to have it between them, and suddenly Gareth Plant and Michael Cox and his passenger have come from nowhere, and they take the checkered flag and they win this competition. A fantastic late run from them. Wasps, I'm afraid, trailing in right at the back. But the Sharks and the Eagles will really wonder what happened. So victory for the Tigers, and at the halfway stage it's Tigers, then Eagles, then Sharks, and then Wasps.
Oh, they're green. They're psychedelic green. It's the Eagles. Matty and Fraser, how did you get on Superchamps?
Well, I'm a member of a local club in Barnsley, and they must have rang Superchamps up and asked for some good drivers and picked me.
Brilliant. There's some fabulous vehicles. What's your favourite one?
The Pilots and the Desert Stars, because of the speed and just the general style of them.
Now, Fraser, you've got your helmet on there. You're not driving at the moment. What you wearing it for?
Panther told me to wear it.
Oh, you've got to keep in with Panther.
Yes.
How did you get on Superchamps?
Well, I'm one of them sporting kind of guys, and they picked me as well.
Oh, right. And who's going to win?
The Eagles.
Of course.
Event 3 is a triple-decker of organised chaos, but it's so much of a team effort, even I'm involved. So too is Panther, Hunter and Matty. What we have to do is pour water over the wall and into the drain pipes. It filters down into these plastic tubes which contain coloured water, the colour of the teams, red, blue, green and yellow. When the tubes are full, the teams can go straight down to the assault course, under the scramble net, through the maze, over the wibbly-wobbly wall and tag off the Argos, who do one lap of the course and through the finish gate. Clear as mud. Over to you, Simon.
Cheers, Liz. Right, let's see what we've got here, starting with the water, and see what tactics we've got organised here. It looks like the Sharks have got things moving pretty well straight away. James Noble, Gavin Richardson and Jamie Moss. Just jogging on the spot there, don't know how that helps. Panther organising things for the Tigers. And the Wasps are very nearly there. Hunter looking very technical, but it looks to be working. Wasps definitely have a lead here. So all the plans are bearing fruit. And the Wasps are away.
Number one, that was all down to tactics, you know. We had a plan and it came out.
Looking very pleased with himself, and so he should be. So away on the assault course through the maze go Carl Lee Firth and Gary Watling. There's Carl in front. Gary Watling in second place. Carl, who's 13 years old, from Barnsley. Gary, just 10, from Stockton-on-Forest in York. And they set Tara Sutherland away in the Argo. The Eagles, the Sharks and the Tigers still battling it away through the assault course. But Tara Sutherland moving further and further in front. Looks like there's going to be no problem in here at all. The Sharks have got away, and the Tigers too. But they're way, way behind Tara. And the Wasps already begin to celebrate victory. There you can see the Sharks and the Tigers. Amy Pugh for the Sharks, just behind Marie Ridley for the Tigers. And a real battle royal here for second place. Who's going to make it? Really close. It looks like Amy's going to just get second place there in front of Marie. And way back in fourth place, Vicky Burton coming home for the Eagles, but she had no chance because they spent so much time on the assault course. Not her fault at all. And it's the Wasps who have a good victory here. And with one race to go, it's Tigers, then Sharks, then Wasps and Eagles.
Come on, Wasps. Brilliant piece of driving there by Tara. What do you think then, Carl?
All right.
Just all right. You've just brought yourselves back from last position to joint third now. You realise that in the points table. What do you put that down to in this race?
Tactics on water.
What were the tactics on the water?
Try and get over as quick as you can without losing it.
Hunter, can we pull you through from there?
Yeah.
I could hear you right next to me shouting for your team and directing them with the water. What were the tactics?
Well, we tried to plan the best way to get as much water in as quickly as possible, so we kept the first two stations stationary and we just moved the third one, so we know we got a better head start. All in the wrist though, the pouring.
Well, I thought we were going to catch you up on that with the Eagles, but in fact we came last, I think, the Eagles. That wasn't very good, but great points then. Well done, the Wasps. Woo!
Yeah.
So we're on to the final event of this second round of Superchamps 94, and with motorbikes, desert stars, running, jet skis, absolutely anything could happen. Now the Tigers are at the moment in the lead, but only by 1 point. And young Michael Coxon here is making his first appearance on Superchamps. Are these desert stars going to be the thing to maintain the Tigers' lead, Michael?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you driven anything faster than these before?
Nah,
What is it you normally drive?
carts.
And you think that these are faster?
Yeah.
How difficult are they to learn to drive?
Well, once you get used to them, they're all right.
So you think this is going to be the thing to take the Tigers to victory this week? Well, we'll see. First of all, the motorbikes have to do 3 laps of the track. Then it's over to Michael in his Desert Star, and off he goes for 3 laps of the track. Then it's a 100-metre dash down to the water's edge, and the jet skis do 3 laps. Judging by the practice session I saw, I think there could be a new record here at Foss Hill. Let's see. Over to you, Simon.
Well, certainly as we've seen before, they're very good on these little 100cc motocross bikes. Nearest the camera, Carl Lee Firth for the Wasps. Then for the Eagles, it's John Huscroft. Then for the Tigers, Mark Foster. And furthest away, Lee Stevenson for the Sharks. Just under 3 laps. And straight into the lead for the Eagles goes John Huscroft. The Eagles from the Tyne Tees region lead the Wasps from Yorkshire. And John Huscroft's got off to a terrific start. John, 13 years old, from Chester Street in Durham, goes to the Rosebery School. And he's got a decent lead here over Carl Lee Firth. Carl, though, making up a bit of ground now. Carl, 13 years old, from Barnsley. In third place for the Sharks is Lee Stevenson, and Mark Foster bringing up the rear at the moment for the Tigers from the Tyne Tees region. But John Huscroft showing a great deal of ability. Remember, these are young teenagers, most of them 13 years old. Mark 14, the other 3 13 years old, and this is phenomenal ability here, and a lot of strength as well. And Carl's runs come to an end, and Huscroft now beginning to get further in front. And indeed, Lee Stevenson, who's only been bike racing for 3 years, making a big effort on the outside, and Lee Stevenson looks to be taking second place here. Carl just holds him off, but for how much longer? Huscroft in the lead. Again, Lee Stevenson makes an effort in third place, but again he's held off by Carl Lee Firth. It's Mark Foster trailing at the back. Eagles lead, Wasps second. And Lee Stevenson losing a bit of ground there, over the bump. And he holds onto the landing like an old stage. He goes a little wide there, but into the changeover zone in front, and off for the Eagles in the Desert Star goes Matthew Waller. There's Matthew, 12 years old, from Cleveland, from the Ian Ramsey School. In second place for the Wasps, it's Bryn Hawkins. But it's Matthew Waller, who likes all sorts of sport, ice skating, swimming. He's got model cars, spends most of his time in sport, and adapting very well to these Desert Stars. Simply operated, foot control, accelerator and brakes. Excellent for the desert, but they're having great fun on the mud here. Excellent control. And if anything, he's going further and further in front. The Wasps in second place with Bryn Hawkins, but Bryn trailing now as Matthew shows what an experienced campaigner he is here. About 60, 70 metres, sliding well. And who knows, may grow up to be a really good rally driver the way he's going. In second place, there's Bryn Hawkins for the Wasps. The Sharks are third with Gavin Richardson. But he's becoming a distant figure, is Matthew Waller now. And this is really good news for the Eagles, who have a really good chance to win the overall competition here as we go into the changeover. And he'll set on the runner and swimmer, which is Fraser Sheeder. Wasps in second place, and they'll set off Gary Watling. And there's Fraser. The jet ski to go once he gets down. Just about 10-15 metres to swim. But it looks like the Sharks are making a move with James Noble. Certainly that last bit of swimming can be all important. But it's Simon Gray who goes away first for the Eagles. It looks like the Wasps might have cut the corner there. Michael Garland didn't make the buoy. I wonder if that's going to be important in the end. The Wasps, I'm afraid, they might be in danger of being disqualified there. Michael Garland in front. But anyway, Jamie Moss takes the lead there, getting the corner dead right. The Wasps, I think, a little bit worried because Michael definitely missed that first buoy. And we understand that they have been disqualified. So whatever happens here, they will only get 1 point. But terrific stuff here from Jamie Moss, the 12-year-old from the Thomas Sumter School in Scunthorpe. And if he carries on like this, it means the Sharks overall in this heat could tie for first place with the Tigers. There's the Tigers with Gareth Plant on the jet ski in second place in reality. Because remember, Michael Garland has been disqualified for the Wasps. And if that stays the same, it means they're going to stay in joint first place overall. Indeed, Jamie Moss crosses the finish line in front.
Jamie, what a race! You pulled the Sharks right back there. Do you realise that you've actually got a tie then for first place this week?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Hard work. Easy to get past, I think. It's quite easy.
Well, the Wasps got a full start, so they've been disqualified and actually go back to last place, which means the extra points come through to you. You get 4 points.
Thanks.
They are, Jamie, Sharks and Tigers, joint leaders. Then the Eagles third, the Wasps are fourth.
Our teams have battled it out over 4 events, and still we have a dead heat between the Tigers and the Sharks. Yay! Overall, the Sharks just nudging into the lead, but it's still wide open, anybody's event, and another 5 rounds to go before we discover who are the Super Champs of '94.
But realistically, gang, who do you think's going to win?
We've just got one thing to say to you. From Hunter, from Panther, from Matty, from me, and from all the gang. Till next time, bye!